everyone, it's all. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all having a lovely day. Yesterday when I was sorting through my makeup drawer, I was going through a lot of the things that I totally forgot about, and I thought I used to love this, or I should try using this more often, and this gave me an idea for today's video where I will be creating a full face of makeup using products that I've totally forgotten about or thought, okay, maybe I was a little bit harsh on when I first tried it out, let's give that another go. So in today's video, these are a lot of products that you may have seen on my channel. Some you may have seen already, others you might not have seen, and this will be the first time showcasing them on my channel. So with that being said, let's give some makeup a second chance. So prior to filming, I already did my moisturiser, which was the Clinique Dramatically Different Custard, and the first thing that I'm going to be doing is something that I've never really done much of on my channel, and I am thinking about doing a separate video of this later on in November. And I don't normally use a primer prior to doing foundation, but the one that I absolutely love, and when I remember getting this, I used to absolutely love this. This was my holy grail when I was about 19, and it is this, the number 7 Airbrush Away Primer. For flawless looking skin, creating the perfect base for your foundation, this clever primer can help. Pores and fine lines appear to disappear, and wrinkles are put into soft focus, leaving your skin perfectly smooth and even all day. But if you're like me and you don't need to worry about wrinkles or fine lines yet, you can just use this as a base for your foundation. Oh, it's quite a nice, it's not a sticky primer, but it is more like a mousse finish, and I hope that number 7 is a good brand. And whenever I think of number 7, I always think of like getting stuff at Christmas time. Bear in mind, I think it was the January I bought it in, because I remember one of my friends at college used to use this, and I thought, how do you manage to keep your foundation lasting all day? And then when she said that she used this number 7 primer, I gave it a go at my local Boots, and then I thought, hey, this looks really good. I might try this with my foundation and everything else on. Later on in November, I do plan on doing a wear test with my usual foundation, and since we are talking about that, foundation that I used to absolutely love, and personally this was my mum's favourite, and the one that I'm really scared that I'm running out of is this, but I just loved it so much at the time, and the ratings even rubbed off because this used to be my holy grail. The Loreal True Matte Super Blendable Foundation perfectly matches skin and texture and undertone. Although I'm not sure what colour my undertone is, I have a feeling this will be a very good... Did you guys just see that there? It was just... I might have to open the other bottle, but then the one I'm using is 1.1.R or 1.C Rose Ivory. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to be using a little bit of this on my hand, and it is quite a thin foundation, and because it is a super blendable one and it gives you a really nice base. I've used this a lot in interviews and it has really nice coverage. It's not too heavy or cakey, and I'm just wondering where that spritz went, but we roll with it. And it's good if you're wanting to cover up any under eye circles. I would say that this is more of a light to medium coverage foundation and not one of these ones that separates throughout the day. It doesn't oxidise either, which is great because you don't have to worry about trying to find a suitable shade match and then it drying a lot darker and then it's unsuitable because it's too dark. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to be taking a little bit of this. And I was going to have a go at using the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Concealer. Although this shade is a little bit yellow toned, it does oxidise a little bit. So I'm not going to use that today, but what I am going to be doing is I am going to be using this and then I'm going to be chucking it afterwards because the shade doesn't match. It started off as a nice natural colour, maybe when I have a tan, but it is quite a dark. It's almost like a yellow-orange undertone, and once it dries, it looks like it's like the sort of thing. Hey, has anybody ever had like a time where they've like spray tan themselves, but the foundation they use is too light, so they venture into another shade because they think it won't match them because they don't want to look like Casper the Friendly Ghost on their face and looking tangled or contour gone wrong with the rest of the body. Now then, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be setting my face with powder. So the one I'm using here, and the lid is actually a little bit cracked on here, it is the RImmel Stay Matte. I remember every YouTuber that I used to watch used to use this powder. It's such a nice cult beauty drugstore powder, so at least it helps you to set all your makeup in place. I went to a concert last night and I thought maybe I'll not use powder, but I thought but we are in for a long night, so I wanted my makeup to last. And using the primer too. I used the primer for the first time in a while, and boy did my foundation... Well, I used a BB cream. I didn't use like a traditional foundation, but it definitely did the job of making my makeup last for most of the evening, because it was one of them ones where we went for a couple of drinks in like places before heading over to the venue for the headliner act. And I also think with primers, I feel like I'm a bit late to the party with primers, because I am someone who likes to keep their makeup minimal. But if you're on like a night out, or if I was to go to a concert straight from work, then this might be a perfect time to give it a go, because I don't know what I am missing out for. Bronzer, now I'm going to be using this one here. Now I haven't used this for about 2-3 years on my channel. This is another RImmel product. This is the Radiance Brick in the shade 01 Light. Ultra Fine Multi-Tonal Multi-Bronzing Powder for soft shimmer effect. Apply all over face for sun-kissed look, or use single shades to contour and highlight face features. It does have a highlight in here, which is this part here, but I am just going to be using all of the colours today because I want an even wash of colour. I remember once going through a phase of trying different bronzers. I tried the Bourjois one, the Benefit Hoola, which I did a full video on my channel. I think it was 2 weeks ago, so if you want to watch that again, that'll be available in the description box below. And I like how this is also a shimmery bronzer, because there aren't a lot of shimmery bronzers in drugstore brands, because a lot of high-end ones like to do the shimmer, but a lot of them are quite scented and have things like the smell like chocolate, and I'm allergic to it, even though I'm okay with eating chocolate, but I don't have any allergies. But I didn't think that I would be allergic to cocoa infused scented face powders. So if you're like me and you're allergic to anything like that, then scented ones might not be the one for you. But I like this one because it is not too dark. You do get different shades in here, and I feel like it does live up to its name, and it's something that I could just bask all over my body if you let me get the chance. I know it's very strange for the type of top I'm wearing in November, because I mean, we're on 11th November, Remembrance Sunday, and you wouldn't normally catch me wearing a top like this, crochet lace, I think it's called. But it just goes to show you that you do have nice days in November. I mean, for once, I haven't been able to film anything in November because it's been quite cloudy and dark, and just the light quality wouldn't have been suitable for me to do any demonstrations for you guys. But I am happy that we finally got the day for filming, so at least you've got something in the month of November. Right then, moving on to blusher. Now this one I used to use a lot up until about last year, and then I put it away and I thought I would get it back out because I don't normally go for a brown blusher. Now when I found this, I was hunting high and low for a blusher that I didn't want it to be necessarily too much of a bright pink. I wanted it to be a nice neutral colour, so you could wear it with more of a, if you were wearing bronzer, or if you wanted to create a more bronze look, and then a pink blusher might look a little bit daft. This is the number 7 matte powder blusher in the shade Honey. This is suitable for sensitive skin, so if you are like me, it is a little bit on the expensive side. Number 7 can be expensive if you are thinking about getting this. I believe this was, I might check to see how much it is. Okay, so it's £9.95. I didn't think it would be as bad as it was. I thought it might have been well over the £10 mark, but I would definitely say that it is a nice drugstore blusher. So if you're wanting to try this, then this is a fantastic blusher. If you're on a bit of a tight budget, a great one I can recommend for you guys is Peach Melba by Natural Collection. So although that is more of, this is a matte bronzer, the Natural Collection one is a shimmer one with gold speckles to it. So if you were quite tight for money, you could definitely achieve the same look with the Natural Collection one. Okay guys, so what I'm thinking about doing is, I'm thinking about using this setting spray from Morphe. This is from the Madison collab that she did a couple of years ago. So, and I am thinking about doing a full video on giving the Morphe Madison VR collection another go. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spray that on my face. I don't know how I ended up with some of me now. And then I'm going to pat it in before it dries, because I once used a setting spray and then I learned from myself that if you want to use a setting spray, now's the time to do, because if you did it with all your eye makeup on, especially with mascara, it can make your makeup run. Okay, so we are going to be moving on to our eyes. Now, the eyeshadow I've got here, I've not really used on my channel before, and this is a one that I totally forgot about. I got this in a gift set at Christmas time a number of years ago, but I would definitely say that you can get a very similar shade in the warm neutrals one. This one I've got here is the NYX Luxe Set 16 eyeshadow palette. This is in the shade 16. So, and you do get a nice pigment in there, if I can get it open. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to be taking this colour here, and I'm going to be applying this all over my entire eyelid area to act as a base before we put the pigment on. And what I would say is, if you're thinking about doing pigment, if you're on a carpeted floor, I would suggest either put a towel or put newspaper down so you can catch any excess kickback that has fallen. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be applying this all over my entire eye area, and then I'm going to go in with this corner shade, and then going to be applying this as some definition through my crease. I also have a video coming up where I might give you some ideas of what you might want to have in your stocking at Christmas time. So if you are stuck for ideas, boy, will I be able to give you some recommendations from what I got last year or possibly the year before, and then we could definitely have something to work with for everybody. Now, for my lid shade, I'm going to be taking this one here. This is the, here we go, Tanya Burr Season to Sparkle palette. I'm going to be taking this colour here called, I'm going to go in with a mix of honey truffle and vanilla pod. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be taking this. I'm going to be using the same brush because I did go through a phase of just using the same brush for all my eyeshadow. And I'm going to be dusting this all over the lid. I probably should have had this on my bed ready before I went and filming, but it was just a spare of the moment, but it only took a couple of seconds to grab that off my shelf. And then going in with a little bit of honey truffle. And I'm going to be putting this on the outer half of my lid. Then going back in with a little bit more of that NYX shade just to define it further. Okay, I'm not going to do any liquid liner today because I feel like this would make the lips too heavy, so we're going to go straight on into mascara. Mascara I am using here is a one that I've just decided to come back to, and it was of course the Soap and Glory Thick and Fast Mascara. I really absolutely love the Makeup Revolution, the Revolution mascara, but I thought I'll give that a break and come back to the Soap and Glory one. Another one I thought about using was the Clinique High Impact, but I am aware that there may be people in times of financial hardship, and I thought I would use a drugstore mascara, but this is such a great mascara. I think this was $7.99 when I bought it. But I mean, this one came as part of a gift set, but it is available individually on the Soap and Glory section of Boots, so at least you have something if you're wanting to create a nice false lash effect. And if you are blessed with long lashes, then good on you. I am proud of you for what you've been blessed with. And the last thing I'm going to be doing is lips. Now, this one I have not used before on my channel, but it is a colour from the Kate Moss lipstick, and you can get it permanently. This is the RImmel Lasting Finish in the shade 08. This is a really nice pinky mauve colour, great for winter. I'm going to be going for no lip liner today because we are just going to be doing a quite simple look. And there you have it, guys. That is the finished makeup look done. I really enjoy giving some of these look here a second chance and maybe showing you some things for the first time on my channel. And I thought this has definitely took me on a trip back down memory lane where I've sorted through my makeup, and at least I can have that on my drawers in something that I can reach forward to for a change. Let me know what your favourite product was featured in this video, or if there are any that you might want to try. If you own any RImmel lipsticks or whatever drugstore brand, then let me know ones you own, because I would love to maybe give that a go in my local Boots or Superdrug. If I like the colour enough, I will definitely purchase it, bring it home, and then I can do a video with you guys. My next video will be this Airbrush Away review and wear test with my foundation to see if it definitely does live up to the standards. But I will update you in my next video with what I think of the products that I have done in today's video. And it was nice to have a catch up, because I feel like I've not done anything in November, especially for the first half. I did say that I would improve things on my channel from October, because things have been a little bit all over the place ever since I lost my dog. So November, fingers crossed, will definitely be a lot more promising as we get ready for Christmas. In the meantime, be sure to hit the bell down below, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you all very soon for another video. Thanks for watching.